One, according to adult learning principles, what is the primary reason professionals pursuing OKTA certification need hands-on lab experience? A, to meet regulatory compliance requirements. B, adults learn best through experiential learning and immediate application. C, to reduce training costs for organizations. D, to eliminate the need for theoretical instruction. 2. When conducting a needs assessment for OKTA certification training, what should be evaluated first? A, the available training budget. B, the current skill level and performance gaps of learners. C, the vendor's training schedule. D, the number of participants who can attend. 3. In Kirkpatrick's evaluation model, which level measures whether OKTA-trained administrators actually implement SSO configurations correctly in production? A, Level 1 reaction. B, Level 2 learning. Behavior. D, Level 4 results. 4. What is the most effective approach when training professionals with varying levels of identity and access management (IAM) experience? A, focus only on basic concepts to ensure everyone understands. B, separate learners into different training tracks by experience level. Use differentiated instruction and peer learning opportunities. D, require all participants to complete prerequisites before training. 5. Which learning objective is correctly written for OKTA certification preparation? A, understand OKTA's authentication protocols. B, learn about identity management concepts. C, configure multi-factor authentication policies with 95% accuracy within 15 minutes. D, know how to use OKTA Admin Console. 6. What is the primary advantage of formative assessment during OKTA certification training? A, it provides final certification scores. B, it allows instructors to adjust teaching strategies while learning progresses. C, it eliminates the need for hands-on labs. D, it replaces the official OKTA certification exam. 7. In a mentoring relationship for OKTA professionals, what is most critical for success? A, the mentor having every OKTA certification available. B, psychological safety and mutual trust between mentor and mentee. C, both individuals working in identical OKTA implementations. D, meeting daily to review all configurations. 8. Which instructional design framework is most appropriate for developing OKTA certification curriculum? A, Bloom's taxonomy alone. B, ADDIE model, analysis, design, development, implementation, evaluation. C, Maslow's hierarchy. D, random trial and error approach. 9. When designing OKTA training for a global workforce, what principles should guide curriculum decisions? A, use only English to maintain consistency. B, focus solely on technical content without cultural considerations. C, incorporate cultural responsiveness and multiple learning modalities. D, standardize all training to one time zone 10. What type of feedback is most effective for OKTA certification candidates? A, generic praise without specifics. B, public criticism of configuration errors. C, specific, actionable feedback on technical implementations with improvement guidance. D, delayed feedback provided weeks after practice labs. 11. Which assessment method best measures real-world OKTA administration competency? A, multiple choice knowledge test only. B, memorization of configuration steps. C, hands-on lab performance in simulated production environment. D, written essay about OKTA concepts. 12. What does the 70-20-10 model suggest about OKTA professional development? A, 70% classroom training, 20% certification exams, 10% on the job. B, 70% experiential learning, 20% social peer learning, 10% formal training. C, 70% reading documentation, 20% watching videos, 10% practice. D, 70% theory, 20% labs, 10% certification. 13. In OKTA training compliance documentation, what is the organization's primary responsibility? A, ensuring training is entertaining. B. Documenting training completion, competency demonstration, and maintaining records. C. Using the most expensive training platform. D. Conducting training only when convenient. 14. What is scaffolding in the context of OKTA technical training? A. The physical lab environment setup. B. Providing temporary support gradually removed as learners gain competence. C. The organizational chart of the IT department. D. The budget allocation for training programs. 15. When adult learners resist OKTA training, what is the most effective strategy? A. Mandate attendance with disciplinary consequences. B. Cancel the training program. C. Address concerns, demonstrate business value, and involve learners in planning. D. Ignore resistance and continue as planned. 16. Which principle distinguishes andragogy from pedagogy in OKTA training? A. Adults are completely dependent on the instructor. B. Adults are self-directed and need to understand practical application. C. Adults require more testing than children. D. Adults learn best through passive observation. What is reverse mentoring in an OKTA professional context? A. Undoing previous OKTA configurations. B. Junior professionals mentoring senior leaders on new OKTA features or cloud technologies. C. Training conducted in reverse order. D. A failed mentoring relationship. 18. In competency-based OKTA certification training, when should a learner progress? A. After completing a specific number of training hours. B. Upon demonstrating mastery of required OKTA skills and competencies. C. After attending all scheduled sessions. D. When the training budget runs out. 19. What is the primary benefit of blended learning for OKTA certification? A. Eliminating all hands-on practice. B. Reducing training costs to zero. C. Combining online theory with hands-on labs to optimize learning. D. Replacing all instructor interaction with videos. 20. Which questioning technique promotes critical thinking about OKTA architecture decisions? A. Yes/no questions only. B. Leading questions that suggest one solution. C. Open-ended questions requiring analysis of security implications. D. Rhetorical questions requiring no response. 21. What does the ABCD method represent in OKTA training objectives? A. Authentication, browser, configuration, deployment. B. Audience, behavior, condition, degree. C. Admin, basics, detailed. D. API, backend, directory. 22. When evaluating OKTA training at Kirkpatrick's Level 4, what is measured? A. Participant satisfaction with training. B. Knowledge of OKTA concepts gained. C. Organizational impact, such as reduced security incidents or improved user experience. D. Instructor presentation skills. 23. What is spaced repetition and why is it valuable for OKTA certification preparation? A. Physical distance between learners. B. Reviewing OKTA concepts at increasing intervals to enhance retention. C. Taking long breaks between study sessions. D. Spreading certification attempts over many years. 24. In a psychologically safe learning environment for OKTA training, participants can A. Skip all difficult lab exercises. B. Take risks, make configuration mistakes, and learn without fear of humiliation. C. Avoid all hands-on practice. D. Ignore security best practices. 25. What is the primary purpose of a Train the Trainer program for OKTA? A. To eliminate all external OKTA training consultants. B. To develop internal capacity for delivering consistent OKTA training. C. To create competition among trainers. D. To replace OKTA's official certification program. 26. Which coaching technique helps OKTA professionals discover solutions independently? A. Directive coaching, where all answers are provided. B. Socratic questioning to guide thinking and problem solving. C. Avoiding all difficult technical discussions. D. Dictating exact configuration steps without explanation. 27. How often should OKTA security and compliance training typically be refreshed? A. Once and never again. B. Every 20 years. C. At regular intervals based on policy changes, new features, and compliance requirements. D. Only when someone makes a critical error. 28. What is curriculum alignment in OKTA certification training? A. The arrangement of computer monitors in the lab. B. Ensuring learning objectives, training activities, and assessments work together cohesively. C. Scheduling training at convenient times. D. Organizing trainers by certification level. 29. What is essential for knowledge transfer in OKTA training programs? A. Expensive lab equipment only. B. Practice opportunities, real-world scenarios, and managerial support for implementation. C. Avoiding all assessments. D. Lengthy theoretical lectures without hands-on work. 30. What distinguishes andragogy in OKTA professional training? A. Learners are treated as passive recipients. B. Adults need extensive theoretical knowledge before any practice. C. Recognizing adults as self-directed, experienced learners who need practical relevance. D. Eliminating all structure from training. 31. When designing OKTA certification assessments, what is most important? A. Making tests impossibly difficult. B. Ensuring assessments are valid, reliable, and aligned with learning objectives. C. Using only multiple-choice questions. D. Avoiding hands-on labs to reduce complexity. 32. What role should organizational security policies play in OKTA training design? A. Security policies are irrelevant to training. B. Training should reflect and reinforce organizational security standards and compliance. C. Training should contradict policies to encourage innovation. D. Only mention policies briefly without context.